What do we have? We have 32 degrees Celsius. 32. Another beautiful day. Everything is looking good. Peppers are nice and firm. They're standing up well. Starting to bud. Our tomatoes are doing fantastic. Got some flowers coming out on them. My son's peppers, they're starting to bud as well. Got the strawberries put outside. And what else did I move? I moved the zucchinis. They're outside as well. I see I have a small job to do down here. I've noticed over the past couple of days we're getting quite a buildup of algae in the NFT system. So I'm going to add a product to that will hopefully slow that down. I'm also going to clean this line, and I'm going to cover it so the light can't get at it any longer. All right, I'm in a bit of a tight spot here. We're going to shut off the pump first of all. Very important when we do this that we keep that fresh in our mind. Pump is off, because I have had times when I have forgotten to plug it back in when I'm doing maintenance. That's far from a good thing. We're going to take this hose out. We're going to take it off the pump. Drop the pump back down there. I can see the pump is a little bit on the dry side there, so we're going to get some nutrients in that now in a little while. I'm just going to take a paper towel right now, tear it in half, and push it in here. While the pipe is nice and wet, anything in there should go through quite easily. I have these rods which are used for fishing wires in a house. And that's what I usually use for when I'm cleaning these pipes. Push it right on through. You can see the algae coming up there now, look. I'm going to put another one on here. So right now, many of these plants here behind me in the NFT system have no nutrients going across the roots. All right, so there's a bit of algae that was in there. So we've got that out. That hose is not bad there now. Let's pull this back out of here. Put it to one side. All right, what I'm going to do now is put a piece of pipe on over top of this. I think a lot of the algae is actually coming from the light shining in this pipe. Come on, we're almost there. There we are. All right. We're going to take this one and reattach it here on the top. This little stick back down in the hole here that helps to hold it in place. And we'll reach down into the tank, put this end back on the pump. Make sure that connections like this are good and tight. I've seen them push apart, and then you end up with a loss of nutrient. There we go. That'll make that much better. At times, when I feel that I'm getting too much algae, I will use some hydrogen peroxide. I just give that a pretty good dose down in here. That will run through the root system, back into the reservoir. That tends to kill off algae. Now this particular plant here was taken out of our system earlier, about a week or two ago, and you can see it doesn't have much root. So what I'm doing, I'm adding this piece of capillary wicking line, which is often used in hydroponics, to allow it to wick the nutrients up to the rock wool with capillary action. So I'm going to put this down right here. Oh, sorry. We're going to put this one up here. And we'll keep an eye on it, see how it does over the next little while. The rock wool in that should not get dry anymore now. This one here, I've done the same thing. So we're hoping this is going to wick the nutrients up into the rock wool, and that will tie things over until the roots get established better down in the nutrient. When I'm putting this in, I'm actually targeting areas where I can see the rock wool. So I can get it right in where it's going to start to transfer, or where the rock wool is going to start to wick the water and nutrients from this wick. We're going to see over the next couple of days if this is going to work for us. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the first time I've tried this. Okay, I'm going to try a bit of this stuff on a couple of plants in the house too now. Let's get to work. Okay, here in the house, I'm going to take a couple of plants and we're going to move them into this flower box. And this one is for my son. He asked me to do a bit of parsley for him, but I've also got something else I'm going to drop in there as well. Now this guy's coming out of here. It's been doing quite well. It's got lots of roots, so it can easily reach down into the nutrient. So I'm just going to start off by dropping that one right in there. Put that to one side. Now I've taken another net cup, 4-inch, same as that one, and we're using some of the wicking line on that. And my thoughts are, with these two plants, one is a parsley and the other one is a hot pepper, a jalapeno. So I'm going to take these out of here now and put them in here together. I haven't done this before where I've had several in one container, but they're working very well here. They have almost a little of a symbiotic relationship where they're happy together. So I'm going to take those out of there and move them into this container for him. And haul out these pellets. See if we can dump these out a little bit. Here we are. Here we are. If I get my fingers down around the rock wall. All right, so this guy has some very nice roots, but as you can see, they're not going to reach down into the nutrient the way the larger plant is. So I'm going to try to tuck them down through the bottom here as much as I can. There we go. And we're going to sort of put that plant right over on that side. And our jalapeno. Come on, buddy, where you to? You're down there. Let's take out a few more of these clay pellets here. Get them out of the way. These things go everywhere when they get wild. All you hear is click, 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 click as they're bouncing around the floor and covered. All right, I don't know what kind of roots is on this guy. Much the same thing. It's just got some small roots here. It's going to get a rinsing first. Okay. So very little roots on that one. So what we're going to do, that wicking line is going to help to keep the rock wool wet. We're going to drop this guy right down there. Now what we're going to do is put some pellets back around them to support them, but also the pellets will help to hold some nutrient because they're very porous. and they will also help to keep the light away from the nutrient. And that will help to keep the algae from growing. I want to be careful I don't break the plants while dropping these in there. There we go. We're going to give this a try, see how this works. Now, very important that we get the nutrient up to meet the wicking line. We're just going to pour some nutrient in here. And I'm going to drop this guy down and have a peek through from the other side here. Okay, so the nutrient is about maybe 5 millimeters away from the bottom of the basket. Here we go. So you can see how that just sits there, and through capillary action that will pull the nutrients up into the bottom of the basket, where hopefully it will keep the rock wool on both plants nice and moist. And this guy here, it's down in the nutrient there with its roots. It should do fine anyhow. Now, we have one of my little 3D printed fuel gauges here. We're going to drop that one down there. I'm going to grab a marker, and we're going to mark the full level. I'm actually going to use color codes on this one. So I'm going to put turn this guy upside down for a moment, so I don't mark on the top of it. All right, there is full. So when we're up to our green line, we're full. Turn that one over again. All the way down to the bottom. My son is really busy with work these days, and I know he won't have the time to keep on top of regular plants in his house. So I do this here for him. I put them in hydroponics so that he can give them nutrient when the gauge says it needs nutrient, and just keep them in the sunlight. We're going to put this guy out in the gazebo for the day, because I want it to have lots of fresh air, but I do not want it to have any direct sunlight yet. I'll wait till it gets a little bit more established, and if it's in direct sunlight and these plants aren't getting their nutrients okay, we're going to have a problem, because they're going to suffer really fast. At least in the shade, I may have time to deal with them. Well, that's another day. Getting things done in the greenhouse and out in the yard. All of our soil is straightened away now, ready to start putting down the seeds for the carrots. We've got our NFT system completely full here again. Plants that we put in earlier today seem to be very happy. Everything's good for the night. We'll see you next time here in the greenhouse.